Denny Hamlin also on that block too. He's hoping that he has his deal with Joe Gibbs Racing and FedEx announced for the 2024 season soon. So Denny Hamlin and FedEx are both in a contract here upcoming at the end of 2023. Denny Hamlin, like Kevin Harvick, is one of the more tenured drivers in the Cup Series. Hamlin has been running full-time in the Cup Series since 2006. He's driven the entire time, even in his part-time races, for the same team, the same number, and more often than not, the same sponsor in FedEx. So we'll see where that all ends up at the end of the 2023 season, but another longtime partner and driver relationship ongoing, potentially into 2024, but that remains to be seen.
So Denny, a while back, was on the Dale Jr. download, and he said that as long as FedEx is around, he wants to drive for Joe Gibbs Racing and finish his career going out with Joe Gibbs, FedEx, and himself, the three, that partnership, keep that going. But if FedEx were to leave, then he would like to race for 2311 Racing and finish his career over there. So, David, I still think that Denny's got several more years ahead of him, but I believe him. I mean, Denny, he's one of the most honest guys out there. In fact, he gets in trouble sometimes for being too honest, for speaking his mind. But I would bet that's exactly what's going to happen, that if FedEx wants to stay, then Denny stays with Joe Gibbs, finishes there. If not, then he goes and takes the 11 car over to 2311 Racing and finishes his career with his own team. I think either situation, staying in the Toyota family, whether it's for Joe or his own team, Denny's going to have a good ending to his career either way.
Yeah, just hearing you speak about Denny, he'll retire on his terms and how he wants to do it, he has such a great partner. You think of FedEx, you think of Denny Hamlin, and they're like they're family, they're family. Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin, FedEx, that's a championship caliber organization team. And if something you lose one of those key ingredients in that team, then you really lost something, you know what I mean? And Denny knows that. So the commitment that FedEx has given Joe Gibbs Racing and Denny Hamlin over the years has just been incredible. And it takes that type of commitment from a financial standpoint. I mean, it's a huge financial burden. It's lots of money. And but man, it's the NASCAR, Denny Hamlin, Joe Gibbs Racing. It's been so beneficial to FedEx. But I agree with Denny. If he loses one of those key ingredients, then why not go drive for your own team? I mean, it's parallel. It ain't like you're stepping down. I mean, you're going to your own team that's just as competitive and probably could be a championship caliber team. You plug Denny into it, and he's in a no-lose situation as far as I'm concerned. But I'd love to see FedEx stay around for years to come, and it'd be kind of cool to see Denny, race 4 or 5 more years for Joe Gibbs, and retire as a driver into ownership. Obviously, he's already an owner, but how he wants to do it. You know what I mean? So he's sitting there pretty good, you know what I mean? And it'd be interesting. Again, I'll be shocked if we hear in the future that FedEx is leaving the sport, because it's been a home run for everybody there.
Right. And I think UPS being in the sport and having so much success with Dale Jarrett kind of made way for FedEx to come into the sport. And now they've owned the sport ever since. So amazing how that competition kind of paid off in FedEx's favor. One more note on Denny Hamlin real quick, Dom. He did say a while back, too, that he felt like his career was going to be incomplete if he didn't win a championship. But now he's come to terms that he can live with not being a Cup champion if that's what it's all said and done. But even hearing him say that, like, I think this guy keeps on going, whether it's Joe Gibbs or whether it's, with 2311, he's going to fight like hell to the very end to try to get a title before he officially hangs it up. If he has to go the Peyton Manning or John Elway route or whatever it may be, if it comes in his final year, it's hard for me to imagine Denny hanging it up anywhere without being a Cup champion.
Oh, he will be very competitive till the very end, no matter how long that end is. And Tyler David, I kind of think of it like Bobby Allison. Bobby Allison tried so hard. He won so many races, and he was in the twilight of his career when he finally captured the 1983 Cup Series championship. Who's not to say that could be Denny Hamlin? It can be done. It has been done. It's been done in our sport. Maybe Denny Hamlin's that guy to get that done.